Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Let's just give persons a little bit of time to pop in on this live. Today's conversation is going to be a deep one. So if you're catching this on the replay, definitely connect with me. Let me know what are some of the, based on everything that we would discuss, that I will be discussing today. What's your biggest takeaway? How do you feel? And what are some of the steps that you're going to be taking on based on everything that I'm sharing today on today's conversation? How many times did I say today's conversation? Oh my! I'm getting better. I swear I'm getting better at doing these lives. But yes. Awesome. Awesome sauce. Just making sure we're all connected. Yeah, don't mind me. If you're watching the replay, just skip over to uh, jump a few steps ahead. So, the conversation today, it's about body positivity, loving yourself, loving yourself, loving the body that you're in, learning how to dress the body that you're in. Because after this pandemic or during this pandemic, I know we've all gained a few pounds here and there, or maybe experienced some changes within our bodies that we may not be, loving a lot. And as a result, we're thinking, okay, we need to shed these extra pounds that we have. So, I want to welcome everyone to another episode of Styling in the Dark. This is a conversation that I come here every Thursday just to share with you tips that you can use to move you from closet chaos to be able to give you the clarity and the confidence you need to create a wardrobe that is uniquely you and one that's empowering and helps build your confidence. For those of you who are connecting with me for the first time, thank you very much for joining. I want to say, first of all, thank you for being here. As well as my name is Solita Roberts. I'm an image coach and a personal stylist. Women entrepreneurs and professionals, they usually hire me to help them develop their unique style, build their wardrobe based on who they are and their goals that they have in mind so that they're able to attract better clients and better career opportunities. Because once we do that, once we develop a wardrobe that where we showing up as ourselves and we're able to confidently wear the things that we love, that means we're giving ourselves permission to speak up on matters that are important to us, to ask for what we want, that in terms of negotiating for more, and just being able to be visible and getting to those rooms that we really want to go into. So if you're one of those women where you in that space where you're saying to yourself, I need to stop hiding, because you've been hiding behind ill-fitting clothing or hiding behind a black and white and gray corporate look, and you're ready to step out on your own, you're ready to really express who you are and your personality, and you're ready to shine, then definitely this is where you need to be. This is the conversations that you need to be involved in. And of course, I'm the person to help you with that, right? So as I said, today's conversation is about just sharing with you some tips that you can use to dress and love the body that you have. I know, as I said, that we're going through a difficult time. A lot of us have gained a little bit of weight here or there, and we're not feeling so great about ourselves, right? So I want to invite you today, first of all, as before you do anything else and get deep into this conversation, is to really remind you that you are beautiful. And there is no such thing as a perfect body. Absolutely none. It doesn't matter what you see in the magazines or on the runways. There is no such thing as the perfect body. The body that you have, once it's healthy, once it's in good shape that you want it to be in, your body is beautiful. So here's the big question when it comes to body type and loving our bodies: is why do we hide our bodies? Right? That's the question that I ask my clients like when we go through any type of body image assessment. It's like, why do you hide your body? Like, what are the reasons why you hide your body, right? And some of the reasons that women hide their bodies is that we have society's opinion of what a perfect body is and what a beautiful body is. And when we look at ourselves in the mirror, based on that criteria, we go, we're like, oh, my body type doesn't fit into that criteria. That criteria being where we see in the magazines the runway models, or we see on our favorite television shows, or anywhere that certain body types are being celebrated. And if we don't have that body type, we tend to feel a little down on ourselves and judge ourselves harshly because we're thinking, oh, we don't have that body type. So that's reason number one why we hide, because of that superficial definition that society has developed as to what the perfect body type is. Right? The second reason is that we tend to hide our bodies because we don't want to get negative comments. Sometimes, within the circles that we're in, maybe someone have said something negatively about a particular body part, right? And we tend to hide it. For instance, like I can give one example where my sisters would say that I walk on my hands, because my legs and my arms are just about the same size. And so they make this joke that, oh, I walk on my arms because my legs are so skinny. And at the time, I mean, I'm one of those persons like, yeah, whatever. But I've always been self-conscious about my ankles and everything being so small. And when they made the comment, it was like, oh yeah, it reinforced how I felt about, that particular body part that I don't like, my ankles. And so I started to, like, anything I wore, I would try and cover it up, so I would wear pants because I don't want to have my ankle showing, or my calves showing because they're too small, or anything like that. And I'll be like, I'm trying to hide it because of those negative comments. So you may have had an experience where someone said something negatively about a particular body part, and as a result, maybe subconsciously you don't realize that you're actually hiding that part based on those comments, right? And another reason why we hide our bodies is, again, going back to the first reason of the unrealistic and superficial definition of what a perfect body is that we attach our self-worth to it. So if we gain weight, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm no longer the same person. I don't feel great about myself. Or if we lose weight and it's, too drastic and we're down to a size that we don't like, our self-worth then becomes affected by that, because we're tying the two together when we shouldn't, because your self-worth is not defined by your body type, right? It's how you feel about yourself and not your size or your shape that you're in. So as a result of us, going through these reasons for hiding our bodies, what we do, we compromise on what we wear. We look at our body type and compare it to the perfect body type and say, oh no, I can't wear that particular thing. So instead of wearing the things that you love and you enjoy, you get into your sweatpants or you get into your comfort clothes and you say to yourself, I'm going to wear this until, I lose the weight, until I get to my perfect body shape, because I'm not at my ideal weight right now. So I can't wear the things that I love. And I am here to tell you that mindset is something that I need you to change, because you can dress the body that you have wearing the things that you love. You do not need to compromise on those pieces and those things that you love just because you don't have what is defined as the perfect body based on someone else's opinion of what the perfect body is, right? So I want us to talk about that for a moment. Let's really sit with this and see, dressing your best does not come down to the size of your clothing, your size per se. Yes, we're the different categories that we fall into in terms of measurements, where we're petite, where we're tall, we are curvy. Those a standard that you should know, because you don't want to be petite and trying to wear curvy. That's different. What I'm talking about is body type, where we think because you are curvy, it's, oh no, I can't wear certain things, or I can't dress a certain way. Or if you're petite, it's like, oh no, I can't wear or dress a certain way, right? So we're not, what I'm talking about is not the category of where you fall into when you buy your clothes, but the way you look at yourself. Because a lot of the work to dress your body goes into you accepting who you are, goes into you loving who you are, goes into you, really embracing your body type as it is, and finding the right pieces to dress your body. So here's my first tip for you to really overcome, to get to the point where you love your body, right? Because it takes work to do that. Sometimes we have to get past that negative mindset that we would have had when it comes to your body and how you define it. So the first thing that I want you to do is to lose the size tag. What do I mean by that? I mean, the tags on your clothing do not define who you are, right? They do not define what you should wear. That's not what it is. Because I need you to understand that no one, absolutely no one, sees the size of your clothing. Can you tell the size of this shirt that I'm wearing? You can't, unless you go, checking the tag of my clothing. That's the only time you know what size I'm wearing, right? So that's the first thing that I want you to do, is to understand no one looks at you and say, oh, you're wearing a size 12 or you're wearing a size 2. What they look at is the fit. We pay attention to the way clothing fits the person and not the size tag. You're the only one that knows what size your clothing is. So don't get into that space or that mindset where you're overcompensating or you're covering up because you're looking at in the size of your clothing and you're feeling a bit self-conscious about yourself. So one of the things that I want to encourage you and let you know, and basically just highlight to you, the size and the clothing that we see are not standardized, right? There, as if you look at a clothing size chart, the size, there's a US size, there's a European size, there's an Asian size. It varies and differs across countries, across continents. And especially when it comes to like manufacturers, just speaking to those of us who are in the US, the clothing size are not standardized. So you may go to one store, pick up a pair of jeans. So let's say, for instance, you go to the Gap and you may be a size, the size on the pants says a size 4 in Gap. But if you go to Old Navy or you go to and Tailor, you go to Ross, or you go to any of these other stores, your size may be different, right? And that's because the brands generally create size based on what they think the demographic of the people in that particular location looks like, right? It's not to say that you your weight is fluctuating, or you're size 4, like standard, you're size 4, but then you go try a new brand and you end up being a size 8 and you're thinking you gain weight. No, the brands and the sizing, they will tailor it to based on what they think the demographic and how those persons look. So do not focus on that and let that be a deterrent from you trying new brands and embracing new style. So let's lose the size tag. Don't focus on that. The second thing that I need you to do in order to really embrace and love your body is to filter your media. Social media is good and social media is bad. Social media is absolutely the worst thing to consume if you're having body image issues, if you're not feeling great about yourself, and you go on social media and you're looking at these bloggers and these models and everything, and they have the perfect filter, the perfect skin, the perfect, everything just looks absolutely perfect. And we all know, because we know that, but that side of our brain doesn't sometimes register. Nothing is perfect. No one is perfect. People put what they want you to see on social media. Filters can make you look your absolute best. People are using not only filters to enhance their skin, but to like smooth their bodies and do different contour and do different things. So it's an unrealistic expectation when you go on social media thinking, oh my God, this person looks so great. Why can't I look like that? Right? So I need you to really look at how you consume the information that you find, that you get on social media. Pay attention to those. How do you, whenever you see a particular model, you see someone, that's well dressed, what are some of the thoughts that you will say to yourself? What are some of the things that you say? Because if every time you get on social media and you look at certain persons and you come across certain bloggers and certain photos and you immediately have a negative opinion of yourself, of your body, I need you to remove that person from your feed, because that is not a healthy way to live, right? You're setting yourself up to always be in that negative mindset, comparing yourself to something that is unrealistic, and something that you may be surprised that you meet the person in person and you're like, oh, they look nothing like their social media posts, right? Or they look nothing like the magazines. So I need you to understand and to really embrace that you are responsible for loving and accepting who you are. Okay, I'm going to repeat that again. You are responsible for loving and accepting who you are. No one else can tell you as to who you should be. No one can love you more than you can love yourself. And that starts from accepting who you are, right? Embracing your body, your shape as it is right now. If your goal is to lose weight or to get on a fitness journey, absolutely go for it, because if it's something that you want to do for your own well-being and health, go for it. But don't let anyone else influence that decision, because of it making you feel as though you're less than, or your body is not beautiful, right? So I need you to do that. That's the second way of you really getting into a space of loving your body. And the third way that you can really love your body as it is to redefine who you are. And what do I mean by that is that we would have gone through so many, as women, we go through so many transitions, right? If you would gone through, some of us gone through motherhood, some of us gone through where, when we were younger and we were a particular size, and as we grew into adulthood, we're maturing, and our weight and our size and our figure changed. And it may not have been something that we saw, we pay attention to, and you weren't like it was just gradual changes that happen. And as a result, you felt, now that you're noticing, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm a different person now. Yes, you are. And being different doesn't mean you're less than. Being different means that you're on a different path, you're on a different journey, and it's about creating your life for who you are today and the journey that you're on. Right. So if yesterday, 4 years ago, you were, 120 pounds and maybe now you're 135 pounds, kind of look at what has changed in your life during that period and see, is it unhealthy weight, or is it just you growing and evolving, right? So I need you to really think about what's happening in your life and the changes that you're going through. And or if you're struggling with, of course, dressing this new body that you have, I want you to think about your body this way. What would you wear if you had, quote unquote, the perfect body? Based on society's definition of a perfect body, what would you wear? And that is not to contradict what I said with not to nobody, no, there's no perfect body, right? What I want you, because sometimes we get into that space where we think, oh, if I had this particular body, this is what I would wear, right? If I did, this is what I would wear. So I want you to do that self-assessment. Like, if you had the perfect body, what would you wear? How would you want to feel, right? If you're saying that I want to feel sexy and feminine and sophisticated, and this is what I would wear to do that, then I encourage you to do that now, to wear the pieces that make you feel that way now. Because when you don't show up as yourself, when you don't dress the way that you want to feel, you're doing a disservice to yourself. Absolutely, absolutely doing a disservice to yourself, because you are, instead of showing up as your bold self, instead of going into rooms and really, standing tall, shoulders broad, and really have that confidence, you are, sinking down into that sorrow, waiting on your one day. So every goal and every dream that you have, it's based on that one day, that someday definition of, okay, I will dress better when I get that career opportunity, or I will dress better when I lose the weight, instead of showing up now as the person that you want to be. So when you get to that space and that place that you've been working towards, you've already done the work, and you're now showing up and always in that space where you are confidently being yourself. So I want you to really think about, how can I redefine who I am in the space and the place that I'm at right now, with the body that I have right now? How do I want to feel? What are some of my favorite pieces that I love wearing? Right? And bring those pieces out of your closet, wear them. It doesn't matter what's happening in the world right now. You cannot stop being yourself. You cannot stop showing up as yourself, because what you're doing, you're practicing another set of habits. Another set of habits that you have to shed when things reopen or things change. So instead of progressing forward, you're going back to then go forward, then you're going back to then go forward, instead of building on the momentum of going forward. Because forward movement is what we want, right? We don't want to stay still. We don't want to be stagnant. And we don't want to be going back in time 2 or 3 steps just to move forward 1 step. So that is what I want you to do. And in that process, I need you to think about, because things are not going to always go according to plan. We know that. We've seen it. We're living it. Things are not always going to go according to plan. We're not always going to feel confident about ourselves. We're not always going to feel confident about our bodies that we're in. But if we developed an emergency safety plan for those days when we don't feel our best, like when we're bloated, or the world is on fire and different things are happening in our lives, like, when you create an emergency safety plan, you're able to rally and really come through those challenges with more confidence. So, what is an emergency safety plan? I When I think of an emergency safety plan, when I create an emergency safety plan to help me with my confidence, that is, I look at when I'm not feeling my best, when I lack the confidence, when I I'm going through something. I think about what are some of the colors that I want to wear, right? So I know I'm going to wear bold colors. So I never revert to wearing black or navy blue or anything that's dull, because that's feeding into my mindset and that's feeding into how I feel. So my emergency safety plan for days when I'm down is to wear bold colors, is to take a moment and maybe listen to a TED talk, take a moment to enjoy something that I love, right? So really feeding into the best part of myself during those times that I'm not feeling my best, right? So in that process of redefining who you are, I need you to highlight like some of the things that make you feel great about yourself. So on those days that you're not feeling good, you're not feeling your best, you can pull at those. Like, what are some of the things that you want to have in your life and you wanna incorporate, so that you can really mask how you're feeling, so to speak. Not to say that you shouldn't embrace the way you're feeling, but at the same time, we want to build on our confidence and we want to really wear the things that we love and really show up in the way that exudes confidence and really have us going one step forward, right? So I want you to think of, because when we're redefining ourselves, in that process, we can also discover, like, when was the moment that you stop dressing your body that you have? Can you like think about that moment that you stopped dressing your body? What was the cause for you not doing that? What was happening in your life for not doing that? And what do you need to change? Or what are some of the things that you need to adopt to be able to dress the body that you have? And one of the things that I find very helpful is doing it's called the act as if. So act as if you had the best body type of you, or you are in your dream job, or you are living your best life. How would you dress? What would you wear? Right. So that's kind of like the saying of fake it until you make it kind of thing. But instead of, we're acting as if we're in these roles that we want, we're acting as if we have the body type that we love and we enjoy and we want to dress, and our confidence is great. We're acting as that person. So, just building the catalyst of, if I act that way, then I'm going to become that person. Right. So here are some tips in how to dress your body type. To dress your body type, if you are someone that is uncomfortable with your tummy, like your tummy area, a lot of us, that's as women, that's where we feel most self-conscious, is about that extra weight that we carry in our tummy area. Then if you're like super self-conscious about it, then I suggest that you invest in support garments. Maybe you want to get some Spanx. If it's just in your tummy area that you're self-conscious, maybe you get like a half Spanx that go cover your tummy and give you that extra smooth and comfort that you need. Bear in mind, when you're thinking about Spanx, or you're thinking about these control garments, is to really focus on comfort first, because you don't want to wear anything that's squeezing you in, because then that adds another reason why you don't like your body, or where you don't feel confident with yourself. So ensure that whatever you are wearing, garment you're wearing, it controls and it gives you the comfort level that you need. Another thing that you can do is to wear belts for persons who carry most of their weight in their tummy area creates an illusion of having a waist, right? So if you into belts, definitely wear, put on a belt, and it will give you that extra confidence that you need, and the illusion that, of course, that hey, I have a waistline, because we use belts to create that illusion. If you're someone that is blessed in the chest area, then the first thing that I suggest that you do is to get supportive bras. Like, that is your best friend, because you need as much support as you can on the top of your body, just able to get those bras. If you haven't done a bra fitting in the last 6 months, which I'm sure most of us haven't been able to do that because of what's happening, then definitely make an appointment as soon as you can to go get that done and get yourself some new bras. We should refresh our bras at least. I tend to do it once a year to get new bras that you can go and get. Once you get your fit in, try and get new bras as well at the same time. And also for women who blessed in the chest area, one of the things that, like, two types of cuts that really work well for you is any wrap blouse, any wrap dresses, or v-neck blouse, because what it does, it elongates the neck and kind of like break that up and give you, extends the neck, and then of course you show some skin, add some sexy to that. So those are two recommendations for women who are less than the chest. Another thing that you need to do to really dress your body is to get yourself a good tailor, right? Get yourself a good tailor. There's nothing like a good fit. A good fit determines how your entire outfit looks, because as I said before, it's not about the size, because I can be wearing a size 12 top, but if it's tailored to my body, my curves, my silhouette, you know my shape, then it completely changes the look than if I'm wearing a size 12, but it just creates like a box and you can see no part of my body, no part of my shape, no part of my illusion. So you want to invest in a tailor, someone, for pieces that you need to add a little bit more length to, or maybe you need to shorten something, right? Things that you have in your closet, go through your closet and see what are some of those things that you need to adjust. Either, making it a little shorter because it may be too long for you, or making it a little snug because it's too big. So go through your pieces and really identify what are some of those pieces that you need to get tailored. Tailoring is an investment. Yes, you would have already purchased the clothing and now you have to get it tailored. It's an investment, but trust me when I tell you, having that garment fit your body builds your confidence, right? It gives you that boost that you need. And it also means that you have now become a really stylish person because you're wearing clothing that absolutely fits your body shape, right? So before I go, I want to also let you know that, and I want you, this is my tip. If you haven't taken anything else from this conversation, I need you to take this. That dressing your body is all about being yourself, right? That's the first thing. It's all about being yourself, embracing who you are. And then, of course, knowing your proportions, knowing where you carry your weight, knowing, what are some areas that you're not so happy about, and understanding how you can distract from those areas. We're not using clothes to cover our bodies and cover the areas that we don't like. We're using clothing to distract from those areas and draw attention to the areas that we want people to focus on. So that's what I want you to think of, and really understand that no matter your size or your shape, does not matter. You deserve to dress well. You can dress well. And it comes down to those tips that I share with you, which is first, lose the size tag. Filter your media and redefine who you are. Understand your body type so that you can dress the body that you have today. So I want to thank you very much for joining me today on another episode of Styling in the Dark. I hope these tips has really helped you to reimagine your body and really re-embrace your body and who you are in the space and place that you are right now. If you are, looking at your closet and you're like, okay, I want to wear some of the things that I have, I want to know how to dress my body, and you do need help in doing that, I do have the Shop Your Closet segment where we go through giving you tips on understanding your body type and really also helping you to put together those outfits that you need to enhance your most um, blessed parts of your body and really embracing your body. So I want you to encourage you to sign up for that. I'm going to drop the link in the comments that you can go and schedule your session with me. Coming up next week, it's all about closet confessions. Closet confessions, where I'm going to really examine, what is your closet saying about you having all the things in your closet, some ways in which you can declutter your closet, and how you can move forward in feeling and creating a sanctuary where you go in your closet and it is your happy space. Right? So join me next week for another conversation of Styling in the Dark, where I get you all the tips that you need to based on getting you from clarity, confidence, and a closet that you need to help you get the opportunities that you need in your career and your business. Again, I encourage you to sign up for the Shop Your Closet segment. That is a great place to start if you're looking to work with a stylist and you're also looking to really reimagine the things that you have in your closet and really redefining how you show up in your closet. So thanks again for joining me. I will see you next week. Same place, same time. Have a great one. Bye.